Hi there. My name is Lee Klein. This is Vision Eternity Ministries, where Jesus is preparing us for his return by giving us the revelation knowledge that we need to be ready that day, to be without blemish. He's coming for his bride that is without blemish, without spots. And so we're getting ready. Let's acknowledge him, Jesus. We acknowledge you. We thank you. We praise you for the wisdom that you're giving us, and even the energy, the ability to become like you, to be without blemish, to be ready for you that day, that you would be proud to look at us and that we would look like you. Thank you for helping us with that. That is his heart's desire, that we look like him. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And he would love it if we could say, if you've seen me, you've seen Jesus. That's what getting ready is to be like him. He challenged me with this question as I was going off yesterday after my video and a few other things to go for a walk. And he said, notice how you don't think about me all the time. How you're not expecting me at any moment, because now your mind shifted to other things. And kind of like I was leaving him. And he said, I think about you all the time. I'm always thinking about you. I can't wait to see you in person. Again, I was in heaven. I saw him once and it was amazing. And getting off a little bit, I sat across the banquet table from him, and we never really spoke. It was just, I knew what he was thinking, and he knew what I was thinking. And so that's how it is here. You just know what he's thinking. He just gives you these thoughts. And so, if that's an issue for you, then there's a little hint. It's not always words you hear, but you just know. You just have a knowing, you're knowing what he's thinking. So anyway, the challenge, for me, it was a challenge to think about how I'm not expecting him at every moment. I don't think about him every second, although I think about him a lot and all the time. And he's with me. In fact, on my walk, he walks with me and he talks with me. But to challenge us to that place where we're as in love with him as he is with us. I was thinking about how upset the disciples were when Jesus told them that he was leaving. And he said to them, don't let your hearts be troubled. You believe and adhere to and trust and rely on God. Believe and trust and rely on me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. And if it were not so, I would have told you. And I'm going away to prepare a place for you. And when I go, I'll make a place ready for you. I'll come back again, and I will take you myself, that where I am, you will be. And that's the part that stuck out at me. I'll take you myself. He's going to come and take them himself. He's not going to send someone else. That's how much he cares for you. He's not going to send someone else to come and get you. He's going to come and get you himself. I think about on my walk when he's there and we're talking and he's telling me things to come, and sometimes little surprises, things I didn't know. And reiterates things that he already told me. And, just to continue that relationship and to know that I can trust him, like no matter what happens, he's going to be there. He's going to be there for me. He's never going to leave me. I don't have to get distressed or troubled. When it's time to go, he himself is going to come and get me. He came and got my mom. I saw in the spirit. He picked her up on a horse. She was so excited to go. So excited. She thought about that for 3 years. That's all she talked about. She wanted to go. She wanted to go home. And he finally came to get her, and she was so happy. And I don't think we think that way. We are just so settled in here where we are, and we're not thinking about it all the time like she was. We're not thinking about him all the time. We're thinking about other things. We get wrapped up, and the enemy wants us to be focused on other things. In Matthew 6:22, the eye is the lamp of the body. So if your eye is sound, your entire body will be full of light. If your eye is sound, if you know that what you're doing, the other thing that Jesus challenged me with, he said, so what's the most important thing to you? And I said, you are. He said, then why are you caught up in these other things? Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're thinking about and what you're becoming attached to. Think about how the enemy is trying to pull you away from the most important thing, the thing that's the most important to you. What is the most important thing to you? Then why are you letting him detain you? Where do you want to be forever? Then he was saying you have to have a sound mind, on purpose, think about him and not be wandering off, not betraying him, not looking to other things to make you happy, but look to him, look only to him. Verse 23 said, if your eye is unsound, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the very light in you and your conscience is darkened, how dense is that darkness? An unsound mind is unstable. You're wishy-washy. You're like he just said. He said, if I'm the most important thing to you, then why are you looking somewhere else part of the time? I never look at something else. I'm always looking at you. I'm faithful to you, even when you're unfaithful to me. How often do you look to something else to make you happy instead of Jesus? Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you're giving your attention to. That's what he's saying to us. If you want to live with him forever, if you want to marry him, like when you get married in the world, I mean, isn't that all you think about for that? Usually people plan a whole year. Isn't that all you think about for that whole year is your husband or your wife to be? And how excited you are and how you want to be with them every day. And that's all you think about is them, that person. You don't think about anything else. You're always thinking of him or her because you're excited. And then after you get married, it's exciting still. And when you marry Jesus, he calls us his bride. When you marry him, then you're going to be able to move in with him. And if you're not interested in marrying him, then you're not going to be on purpose thinking about him. You're not going to be looking forward to it like my mom was. She was 83 and she was 80 when she was calling out to him. It took her that long to get there, but she was excited that whole time, especially when she knew he was saying yes. And then when she asked why it was taking so long, he said, well, you have some unforgiveness that you have to get rid of. Because, of course, the enemy came and tried to keep her from going. He's always going to try to detain you. And that's what he's doing. Jesus went on to say in Matthew 6, stop worrying about what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, and what you're going to wear. That's the distraction. That's what we do. We start thinking about other things, and our mind goes from Jesus to that, to worry. And that is the enemy's ploy, to get you distracted, to get you to think about all these other things so that you're not focused on and waiting for Jesus. And then you're not going to be ready.